Howdy all y'all, it's time for cake. I regret to inform you that, well, some of y'all know if you've been following my Banished Let's Play that I went through some rough times and some surgery, and the fact of the matter is that even though I'm probably going to be uploading some stuff in kind of short order, so you might see a couple Agrarian Skies things that I haven't touched and hadn't uploaded yet. It's been a month since I played here, and it's been almost that long since I did any kind of serious Let's Play. So I made a mistake, and I just spent most of an hour messing around, and I didn't realize that Fraps was not running. So I got some catching up to do, show you some things that I did off camera that I did not mean to do off camera, and I do apologize for that. First of all, the last thing I did on camera was get this puppy over here set up, and it's running quite sweetly. We got 3 sifters in parallel over here. One running gravel, one running sand, one running dust, and it's all feeding down into here. Soon as it gets full of anything, it goes to the packager. Packager sends it to this chest, and as soon as there's room for it to be someplace, that chest sends it down. Now, y'all may recall that I was having some troubles with processing sand or gravel ore. Well, what I did, y'all can see right here, this one whitelist dust. Oh, by the way, this pipe here, that comes down from that chest from the packager. So this pipe here whitelists all the dust, and that goes straight on through the way we knew before, so it goes right into the smelters. Now this one takes out sand, and this one takes out gravel, and both of them feed into this hammerer, and that hammerer feeds straight up into here, which is all the stuff that's waiting to go through the packager. So if it takes in gravel, it feeds sand into here, or I'm sorry, it feeds broken ore into here. If it takes in sand, it feeds powdered ore into here. Either way, output eventually ends up being dust, goes up there, goes to the smelter. So I did that off camera, but I do believe it's pretty straightforward. Y'all can see what I did with it. I just ran power down from over there where I have that strip running under the hammerers. Oh, and I did fill in those holes I was always complaining about. The other thing I did is I built this little enclosure over here, and I took all those eggs I was saving, not eggs, spawn critter things. Well, I think one was an egg. And I got a chicken down in there, and a pig, and I had a couple spawn sheep, and I've been feeding the sheep, a bit of wheat, so now I've got 4 instead of 2. And until I get another chicken or another pig, I can't breed those. Now, the tricky part is I can't get out eggs to get the chickens. I need something I can put in there that's going to pick up all of the eggs and feathers, and if I kill any sheep or shear them, it'll pick up the wool. Right now I don't have a way to do that. Now the most straightforward way to do that involves Botania, and I've been slacking hard on Botania, so that's one of the things we're going to focus on today. Now I want to go through the quest book because it's been a while, and the truth is that all the stuff I did up here with the mob farm thingy and the blood magic altar, I'm pretty sure that happened on camera. Well, right now I've got the mob farm turned off, and I'm going to go through, and I apologize for going on the grand tour here, but I you know, it's been a little while, And I'm kind of refreshing your memory and my memory. Well, I guess you don't need it because you've probably been reading stuff a while. Knocked out all the holes in the roof here. Put a ladder in going all the way down to the bottom. What I'm going to do... Oh, and I put torches in. So nothing is spawning in here now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the ceiling in here by 1 block. And I'm going to raise the ceiling up there by 1 block. So it's 3 blocks tall and we can get Endermen to spawn. And I know you're saying, but Cake, Endermen don't like water. They'll be teleporting all over the place, and pretty soon they'll be disassembling your platform. Well, what I'm going to do is you can make conveyor belt. Now, this kind of conveyor belt, nothing spawns on. But this kind of conveyor belt will spawn stuff. So I'm going to need to make some rail, and I got plenty of iron, plenty of redstone. Y'all saw how the smelteries were running. Iron is not a problem. So each time I make that recipe, it's going to give me 8. So I'm going to need about 4 in here, and then 4 more, basically 1 for each side of the square and 1 for each of these cross tunnels, or not cross tunnels, kind of canals, I suppose. And the same thing up on this level, you know, so that when I'm done, it'll all be 3 high, and it'll all be stuff that things can spawn on. And that way I'll get some more Endermen, and I'll get some more Ender Pearls, because I'm going to need Ender Pearls. But for the moment, this is all shut down. That ain't really that big a deal, because the blood magic at the point I'm at, I have to do it all manually by cutting. So, well, not cutting, because I got the sacrificial orb, not the sacrificial knife. JadedCat changed that out, and I understand that might bother some people. I've been making blank slates, and I got another one ready right here. Take that puppy out. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to be using those to make ourselves rune. Yeah, blood rune. So we need 2 blank slates, we need our orb, and we need a half dozen stone. Y'all can see I got a bunch of stone here. Let me grab the orb. Oh right, I was saying, when I was doing all that stuff with the mob spawner, I didn't realize it created a bunch of quests that I had fulfilled. For example here, this wants 1 skeleton, 1 zombie killed. Well, y'all watched me kill a hell of a lot more than that. That's going to give me a couple spawn cows, a full heart, reward bag, and a pot. Now, I'd be foolish to take the pot because I can make it darned easy now I've got the smelteries. So I'm going to pick a reward bag. And we'll just see what that gets us. And that gets us some more blood magic stuff. That's cool. I can deal with that. I'm good with it. I want to put those over in here because this is kind of turning into the blood magic, I don't know, kind of the blood magic chest, because this is where our blood magic altar is going to be. Okay, so actually though, I seem to recall that we had even more stuff someplace. Mob hunter, that's what it's going to be. Right, so hunting monsters. 10 creepers killed. That's going to give us a couple. Whoa. Blizz spawn eggs. I wonder if you can breed blizzes. That's kind of interesting. I'm going to have to think about what I can do with those fellas. I wonder if they can make snow or something like that. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and pick the reward bag again, because I'm really not... I haven't died once yet. I'm not really planning on it. I'm being careful not to walk off any edges. Okay, I'm going to put those over here so I don't accidentally chuck them someplace. Let's see what's in this reward bag. An umbral rose. Okay. I confess I don't know quite what that is. But I'm going to put it up here. And I'm going to put these cow and blizz eggs. I'm going to put the cows in a slightly different pen. And honestly, if I can figure out a way to separate the sheep and the pigs, I'm going to do that too, because it would be handy to not have them all in one spot for purposes of sorting and organization and all that. You can see the smelteries are still running. Things are going well. I got over 100 blocks of iron, plenty of gold, plenty of aluminum, copper. I made some alumite. I don't remember if I did that on camera or not, but you can see now I upgraded my mattock with alumite, and the skill level on it has gone pretty crazy now, as has the repair. And I upgraded my writing pick also with alumite, and you know, that thing's I gotta think about that a minute now. It's alumite level, so it can mine diamond, it can mine, I think this can mine everything that luck is used on. So I think it's got Fortune 1 already. Means I can't put Silk Touch on it. Now I want to make a Silk Touch pick a little bit later for purposes of going through and, okay, that's 180 some. How many did I need? More than 180 some. Alright. So I'm going to make a Silk Touch pick a little bit later, because in the Nether that's a big deal, because all the hostile pigmen all trigger when you mine stuff, and also there's this weird thing where stuff blows up. So in order to deal with that, I'm going to have let me grab one more thing of lapis. In order to deal with that, I'm going to need to make a Silk Touch pick, because that doesn't cause any of that stuff to happen. Let's pull that out of there. Put that up there for now. Oops, nope. Like that. Okay, and each time I do this, it's going to increase the luck enchant. Where are we at now? 285 of 450. Each time I do this, it's adding 10 lapis, 1 block and 1 loose lapis item. So the goal here is that we're going to have a pick that's basically a Fortune 3 pick, which is what luck means. 405. 425. 436 out of 450. Okie doke. So I just need to do this. Wait a minute. What the heck. I could run off and make one more block, but I ain't sure that's really as useful as it might seem. Doke, and that should do it. Fortune 3, there we go. Outstanding. 450 of 450 lapis. And I'm going to go ahead and put this heart down here that I got. Consume that. And I'm going to put my lapis away over here. I need to make a dump chest that feeds into this sorting thing, that I can just walk up to and dump whatever into, so I don't need to put it in anything particular. Anyhow, so let's see. We had that one, and I killed a sheep accidentally earlier. So that's going to give me 10 raw mutton. Okay, good enough, I suppose. Brainy zombie, kill a total of 5. I haven't done that yet, I don't think. No, I guess I have. Alright, that's going to give me 1 earth shard. So eventually when I get Thaumcraft rolling, that'll happen. I got 4 of 4 slime balls. That'll give me a slimy sapling. Zombies. Give me an emerald. Alright, well. And I think these are, yeah, these are repeatable. Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, hello. Oh, no, I guess not. Does that even... I think this wants me to kill spiders, but... And that'll give me cobwebs. That'll give me more saplings. Whoa. Okay. I have to go to the end for that one. Alright, killing 2 blizzes will give me that, get me some blizz powder. I'm not sure how blizzes work and stuff. I'm gonna need to think about that. Figure out how that works. Kill the boss. Alright, so there's another boss somewhere to kill. You know, when I went into the nether previously... What's that? Ah, punji sticks. When I went into the nether previously, I brought along that slime crossbow that was such utter crap. And I need to come up with something better. I did some homework about a month ago on how to make a decent crossbow in this pack, but you know, it's been a while and I have forgotten. So, okay, just getting some more stone, making some more toast, and I should put this flint back in here because I usually use it for repairing all the hatchets inside my choppers. Now, I was talking about doing some Botania. Yeah, alright. I love Botania, and honestly, I've been putting it off, I think, because I love it so much, and there's so much other stuff to do here. It has probably the best book I have ever seen in a mod pack. And, you know, it walks you through everything. It's got a great index, and it's even got links to an online video thing that you can go to. But as you can see, I mean, this is a complex mod. It's got a lot of stuff. It all starts with these flowers we've been growing here. Now, I've been trying to pick these as soon as they grew, but I've been slacking a little bit. Well, I'm going to wait for those 4 to come back. They'll be back. Well, there's a few more that ain't come back. Anyhow, I have plenty of petals picked already. So what have I got the most of right now? Well, it looks like white petals is what I got the most of right now. For what I'm going to do next, I need 1 white petal. And I'm going to actually take just a second. I know this is not inventory craft, and that's not what you signed up for. But I want to clear some of this junk out. There we go. Alright, so first thing that we really need to make in Botania, there's 2 kinds of flowers, and you can see they're grouped separately, functional and generating. And what we're going to start with is a functional flower, but oh, it's not even listed here, is it? Oh, I'm sorry, it's under basics. We need a pure daisy, and this will let us make pure wood and pure stone blocks, Livingwood, Livingrock. So we got to make ourselves a daisy, and to do it, we're going to need 4 of these white petals and a petal apothecary. And you can see I can shift click to see the recipe here, or I can go back, and this is my basics again. I can click petal apothecary. It explains how it all works. I love this book. This is the best guide I have ever seen for anything in Minecraft. It is, I mean, this man who did this mod, the mod is incredible. It is complex. It goes on and on and on, and I am nowhere near, in any world I've ever tried it, I'm nowhere near the end game on it. But even without how complex and incredible this mod is, the book, just the book, is freaking amazing. Alright, so what we're going to need here is any color petal. We know I got a white one, a couple cobble slabs, and some cobble, just regular cobble. Alright, so I'm going to go over here. I should set up some more crafting stations. I'm doing everything in this one spot, and that's, you know, it's central. It works. But I should set up some more. So there's my petal apothecary. I'm going to need some water. And my water is over here. And I'm going to constantly need water for my petal apothecary. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it over here. There we go. And eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all of my Botania stuff over near there. 1, 2, 3, 4 is all we need. That'll get us started. I should put this shard away before I lose it, but right now let's just do what we're doing. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need a seed. You may have noticed earlier when I was doing all this stuff with crossbreeding crops and stuff, I was sticking excess seeds that stacked into my Botania chest. Well, the reason for that is we need seeds. I'm actually going to make a couple of these things. We need seeds in order to make stuff using the petal apothecary. You throw in some leaves and petals and whatever you got hanging around, old lint, I guess. Like, we know we need 4 white petals for this. And there they are. You can see them in there. And then we're going to drop in 1 seed. And it's going to say what? Why are there only 2 white petals in there? That's interesting. Okay. Well, I tried to drop 4 in. Let's do this. I guess I just lost a couple. Oh, now there's 5. What the hell is that about? Alright, let's take that out. To get out petals, if you put too many in, take an empty. You gotta right click with an empty thing while crouching. There, now we got 4. Now, I'm gonna put the seed in. I guess it does not accept seeds that come from, what's-a-majigger? Pams. Alright, well, I know it'll take carrot seeds. So I guess that's what we're going to use. There. And now we have a pure daisy. Now I'm going to get myself a little more water. Put it in there. Put in 4 more petals. 1 at a time. I think the problem is I dumped the stack in. And one thing that happens an awful lot when you're playing Agrarian Skies, because you're automating so much crap, is that you end up with a powerful lot of lag. Okay. Why am I here? I don't need to be here. Okay. So I'm going to put these here and here. And what I'm going to do is surround that one with wood. And I'm going to surround this one with stone. Now those of you who paused the game or paused the video a little bit earlier when I was going through and looking at the petal apothecary, y'all know what's going to happen next. You know it. So it takes it about a minute, and I'm going to go put away some things so I don't lose them in the meantime. I'll put that over there. Come to think of it, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put my orb in. I'm going to put my blank slates in. And there we go. We're going to make us 4 blood runes. Okie doke. Now that is going to complete a quest for us over here. In fact, the petal apothecary thing ought to complete a quest for us. Let me see. Mystical blood. Oh, a bunch of these I forgot to complete. Okay, the blood orb, yeah. That gives us 4 blood runes. Good thing I only made 4. Because I'm only going to need 8. That's going to give us, whoop, looky here. And watch this in a second. Purty. That's Livingrock. That's Livingwood. We're going to need quite a lot of both of those. But we only need a small amount to get started, fortunately. Now let's see, I want to put wood there this time. I kind of got distracted and switched sides. I want a couple spawns of each of these is what I want. Anyway, alright, so coming back to our quest book here. That's going to give us leather. That's good. That'll let me make some books. And I need to make some books to get into some of the other kinds of magic. And now over here, I've made a blank slate. It's going to give me some more. That's fine. They're upgradable, so it's all good. And now it wants an upgraded altar. It wants 9 blood runes. Well, that's kind of obnoxious. See, you only really need 8 blood runes to upgrade your altar proper. You don't need 9. So the fact that it's asking us for 9 is kind of obnoxious, to be quite frank. It's, you know, it's making us do more than we really ought to. But hey, you know, whatever. Alright, I can deal with it. It gave us some extra blank slates, so this ain't going to be hard. We'll just put them in there. 1 to spare. Throw down some stone. Okay. Now we got 9. No, we got 5. Oh, no, we do have 9. Alright, let's take that blood orb. And, are these done over here yet? No, they're about to be. Whoops. Easily solved. Easily solved. Okie doke. Let's see here. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so let's go on over to the blood altar here. And let me make sure I'm putting blood runes down, not just stone. And I'm going to have to reconfigure my stairway after this trick. Okie doke. Yeah, well, man, 9, that's stupid. It doesn't need 9. Jaded, 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 why do you make us suffer so? There comes a time when sadism is not the, you know, I mean, you need to come up with some other answer. Whoops. My bad. Okay. Now, let's grab our divination sigil, and we're going to take a look at our blood altar. It's now tier 2. Hot damn. Awesome. So now we can do tier 2 things with our blood altar. And one of the things we're going to be doing is we're going to need a better orb. So let's look up orbs. I believe, yeah, it's Apprentice orb. And that's going to need a tier 2 altar, 5,000 LP, and an emerald. Now the div signal tells us we have 10,000 LP, and that's plenty. So I'm going to go grab an emerald. We're going to stick this sucker in the microwave to cook for a bit. There we go. And I'm going to run over here and we're going to do a little more Botania. Okie doke. Come on. There. And this time we're actually going to make something. Alrighty. Good, 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 good. First thing we are going to make, let me get out my Botania book here. First thing we are going to make is a wand of the forest. Takes 3 Livingwood twigs and a couple of petals. Alright. What do we got petal-wise? What do we got a lot of petal-wise? Brown is ucky. I'm going to use cyan. And I'm going to use white, because we don't use that much white once we're past the whole mystic petal, or petal apothecary thing. Okay, so we need to make some twigs. So we need 3 twigs. and we're going to give it a couple petals. Any color will do, but it actually does affect how your wand looks. And now we've got a Livingwood wand. Or, sorry, a wand of the forest. Alright, taking care of this again. I'm sorry about the intermittent breaks for harvest and stuff, but as I mentioned, we're going to be using this. There we go. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to start a mana pool up. And this is something that, well, this is a big part of Botania, and it takes time for these things to fill. I'm going to make 4 of them right now because I know that's how many I'm going to end up using. But realistically, we are only going to start out filling 1 of them. Now, the unfortunate tricky thing is that in order to fill it, we need a whole nother kind of plant. I'm going to come on up here, check in on our orb. Awesome. Look at this. We got a new orb. We got an Apprentice blood orb. And I'm going to right click that so it's bound to me, which does a little damage to me, but that's alright. Now, if I go to my divination sigil, I now have 2400 LP. It doesn't tell me how many I can have. This thing's down to 5,000. Alright, there's one more thing I want to do. We want to make a Dagger of Sacrifice. And to make that, we're going to need an iron sword, 3000 LP. We got that. That's going to make us a Dagger of Sacrifice. So I'm going to come over here where I keep the spare ingots. A couple iron. Get those puppies in there. You know this recipe. This is easy peasy stuff. And we're going to put this up here. Now the advantage of this is we're not going to be cutting ourselves anymore. Once this thing is created, we're going to cut the mobs that fall down from the mob spawner, and they're going to give us life points for our blood magic. We're no longer going to be using our own blood to power our blood magic. Alright, so we need some mana generating plants now. And the first one of those we're going to start with is the Daybloom. And it's pretty slow, it's not efficient. We're going to need to make several of them. We don't want to put them like this, we want space in between them. And this is going to require for each one 2 yellow, 1 light blue, and 1 orange petal. Okay, so we should have plenty of those. I'm going to make 10 of these things. Actually, I'm going to make 8 of these things. So, light blue and orange. Now I'm going to need 8 seeds. I'm going to take those, and I'm going to take those. Okie doke. And now we've got pretty much enough of that other stuff, so you'll notice I am no longer worrying about the the stone and wood, Livingrock and Livingwood. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, you can hear them splash faintly, 3, 4, oh good, they're all in there, and I'm going to put in a seed, and there's our first Daybloom. I'm going to repeat that a couple times here. Whoops, I'm going to need to get water in it first. I'm an idiot. That didn't work. There we go. Up, we're 34 minutes. I forgot to watch the clock. Okay, well, you know what? I ain't going to do any more of these. I'm just going to start with those 3. Y'all can see what's going to happen with those 3. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put down, I need some dirt. I need more dirt. Okay, yeah, I got 2 stacks. Okay. So So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some dirt. By the way, these Botania plants, they do not need water. I'm going to put down one of my mana pools. Pick that dirt back up. And I'm going to put down a couple Dayblooms. Okay, now the problem is now that if it were daytime, which it's not, what time is it? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it. This shows us how much mana this thing's generating. Well, right now it's not generating any. It's a Daybloom, it's the middle of the night. But we need something for it to send mana to that will pump that mana into the pool. So what we're going to do is we're going to come on over here, and I'm going to need myself one petal. I'm going to use a brown petal for this. And I'm going to need to make a little space. Okay, that ought to do for what I want. I'm going to need one gold bar. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a machine that is built for pushing mana around. So it'll suck up mana from the flowers near it. There we go. It'll suck up mana from the flowers near it, and it'll put that mana into whatever it's pointed at. In this case, it's pointed over that way. How can I tell? Well, I'm familiar with it, so I know what this hole means. But if you're not familiar with it, you take out your Wand of the Forest. And looky there. It tells us what it's aimed at. Now, the Wand of the Forest has two modes. It's got a function mode and a bind mode. And you switch in between them by crouching. And so I'm crouching and I'm hitting right click. For this I want bind mode. So I'm going to crouch and I'm going to click on that to bind it. And then I'm going to crouch and I'm going to click on this. Now it's aiming at the mana pool. And you can see that the particle thing is pointed down at the mana pool. So as soon as we get some daylight here, these Dayblooms are going to start generating mana. The mana spreader is going to suck up that mana and is going to start shooting it into the mana pool. That's going to be super slow because Dayblooms kind of suck. But you know what? I want to show you how it works. So there we go. Alright, now our Dayblooms are putting out little sparklies, and that tells us they're generating mana. I can also take the wand, click on it, it's half full. So is this one. Now if we watch a few seconds, that mana spreader isn't getting much of anything yet. But if we watch a few seconds, come on boys, work hard for me. Well, darn it. Okay, that one's full up. I'm going to bind this Daybloom to that mana spreader. Shouldn't need to do this. This is kind of unnecessary. Usually only do that when you got there, mana is starting to fill the mana spreader. Now when it gets enough mana in it, it's going to shoot that mana into whatever it's aimed at, which in this case is our pool. Now, come on buddy, work for me. We're almost at 40 minutes here. Anyhow, usually you don't have to bind plants to a mana spreader. The only reason to do that is if you have a lot of plants, which can happen, and more than one mana spreader, which can also happen. And you want to be sure that different mana spreaders are getting... Aha! There it went. Did you all see that? Now we got some mana. Mana's blue. We look at our mana pool. Oh, that tiny little bit of blue. Well, so I can take another mana thing. Now, you see that red X? It says I don't have enough mana in there to do what I want to do. Now, I'm holding another mana pool. This is a dilute mana pool. If you throw in one dilute mana pool into another dilute mana pool that's got mana in it, well, enough mana in it, it generates a normal mana pool, and that sucker holds more mana faster. So that's what we want to do, but I can't do it just yet because, well, Dayblooms take a while to work. So that's going to take a while, and it's probably getting ready to shoot off another burst any second here, I hope. But yeah, we're going to call it here. And you know, we accomplished a bit. We turned in some quests. There it went. There it went. Y'all saw that? And it just doubled the amount of mana in the pool. Now, do I have enough now? Yes! Okay. There we go. Now I have a regular mana pool and 2 dilute mana pools. I'm going to put the regular mana pool down. Put some... Whoop, that's stone, darn it. That's not what I meant to do. Alright, good enough. I'm going to take that out of there. I'm going to put some dirt down so that I can put the mana pool here. And now, instead of using a dilute mana pool, it'll be filling a regular mana pool. And things will go much faster that way. And I will eventually dump these other 3 dilute pools in and convert all of them into regular mana pools. And we'll be doing some tricks with them later that we'll need 4 of them for. Anyhow, I do believe this is enough. It's been a month. I just heard the sweet, sweet sound of mana. Yeah. It's been more than a month, so, you know, we accomplished a fair bit today. We got us a new blood orb. We got us some leather we can use to make books to get involved in other kinds of magic. And we got a serious start in on Botania. So I'm going to call it here. And I appreciate y'all turning up. Sorry I wasn't around a while, but you know how it is. Being flat on your back full of Vicodin makes it hard to play Minecraft. Y'all take care now. Here, let all your friends know cake's good for you.